Hi everyone, welcome to the Online Faculty Training and Certification Program. My name is Katie Palacios. I'm an Instructional Design Coordinator here at our district, and I'm also one of your instructors in this course. So I just want to take some time to welcome you. First of all, thank you for joining us, whether you are new to online teaching or you are an experienced online instructor. We really value your experience, your opinions, your expertise in this course. One of the real benefits of this training course is that you are in contact with your colleagues from around the district, so City, Mesa, Miramar, and continuing education. And we hope that you share some of that expertise with each other online, and we thank you for doing that here in this course. So what I want to do to help you get started is just to get you in and cover, some course navigation basics. Then we're going to look real quickly at the course syllabus. We're going to talk about learning modules because it's through the learning modules that you access the content and do the activities. And then we're going to talk about what you need to do to complete the training. This video assumes that you already have logged in or you have your username and password so that you can log in to the training course. But if you don't have that information, then send me an email and I can get that to you so that you can log in and get access. And then of course remember that this is a video, so you can stop and pause and replay this if you are following along in Blackboard as I go through this, okay? So let's take a look at Blackboard.
After logging into the system, you'll see the My Institution screen, which will look similar to this. You'll be learning more about this screen in the course, so I won't go into detail here, but you'll see an area labeled My Organizations. And that's where you should find the links to the two training courses. One organization in which you're participating, the Online Faculty Training and Certification Program, and one organization that you're leading, a practice course with your name on it. You have student-level access to the Online Faculty Training and Certification Program, and you have instructor-level access to the practice course. Now I should mention here that if you're enrolling in the course part by part and not doing the whole certification course at once, then you won't see the practice course until you begin part 2. For everyone, all the training course material, instructions, and information is found in the Online Faculty Training and Certification Program. So let's click that link now. Okay, inside the training course, you'll notice there's a course menu on the left with a few links available to you. Right now, we're looking at the home page, where currently there's only one link, one folder available, Get Started Here, so please open that folder first. And you can begin by reading the syllabus. We've added extensive information to the syllabus so that it includes most of the common questions that we receive about the training, so please take the time to read through that entire course syllabus. There's a couple things that I do want to highlight. Under course organization, you'll see that the training course is organized into 10 modules. A module is similar to a chapter of content, and each module includes content and activities that you'll be required to complete. Under how to get flex credit, the syllabus explains that you're eligible for flex credit once you've accumulated 450 total points. So each activity in the course is worth points, and you can assign yourself a flex credit for the independent project once you've earned 450 points. If you're doing the course part by part, then each module requires 45 accumulated points out of the possible 50 for that module. So notice that there are additional requirements for getting certified. Certification requires participants to complete and submit each assignment and accumulate at least 450 points. Once everything has been submitted and graded, you'll get access to the certification statement for you to submit as well. Okay, so under course schedule, this training course will be open throughout the 2013-2014 academic year, so there's no strict due dates for the separate activities in the course, but everything must be completed by the end of the academic year in May of 2014. Also, if you're completing the course for flex credit, then you're going to have to finish before the flex deadline. You might also be taking this course as a department or college campus requirement for certification. And if that's the case, then you're responsible for completing the course by whatever deadline it is that's been set by your college campus or department. Okay, so those are the syllabus highlights. And now you know where to access the syllabus, and you can come back and read through that later. So after you've read the syllabus, Please continue by viewing the course outline and the activity checklist. The activity checklist in particular shows all the activities that you'll be completing as part of the training. So remember how you have access to that second course, the practice course, in which you're an instructor. That's the other course that we saw when we first logged into the system. In that course, you'll be completing activities as an instructor in a course, adding links, adding announcements, discussions, uploading files, etc. Notice how these practice course activities start in Module 3, and when it's necessary for you to access the practice course, the assignment instructions will tell you to do so. So you may want to print out these materials in the Get Started Here folder, especially this activity checklist. That can be handy as you find yourself navigating back and forth between this Blackboard course and your practice course. So once you've finished reviewing all the links on this page, you'll want to click the button labeled Mark Reviewed. This indicates to your instructors that you have completed reviewing the material, and it also makes the learning modules available to you on the home page of the course. So I've just clicked the Mark Reviewed button, and now when I go back to home page, I'll find the Learning Modules folder and a third folder, Samples and Resources. As I mentioned earlier, the learning modules guide you through the training course, and you'll start with just having access to the first module. So let me go ahead and open up the learning modules folder. Once you complete the requirements of that first module, the next module becomes available to you automatically. And as we saw in the syllabus, there's 10 modules in total. So the modules present the content, pages, and the activities that you're required to complete. Let's take a peek at Module 1. Each module displays a table of contents with several links to the pages and activities. And I can maximize viewing space by hiding the course menu. So there's an arrow here that allows me to hide the course menu. And I can also minimize the table of contents. I can do that with these buttons at the top of the table of contents area. And that maximizes viewing area of the content in the module. So be sure to utilize those options on your screen, on your monitor, so that you can easily access the material in the modules. Right now I'm looking at the overview page of the first module, and I can go in and click on the links in the table of contents to get to other pages of the module. Each module will start with a pre-assessment, which will open up in a new window, so you'll want to be checking those new windows that pop up on your screen, and you'll want to turn off your pop-up blocker if you have it turned on in your browser. Then after the pre-assessment, there's content pages for you to read, and then at the end of this module, you'll complete an assignment, participate in a discussion board, and take a quiz. So we've put you in the shoes of an online student in this training course so that you know what it feels like to do these activities online. Notice that all the required activities are linked to from within the module itself. So once you complete the Module 1 activities, then you'll be able to go on and access the Module 2, then Module 3, and so on. And each module will present the materials and activities that you need to complete. Okay, I'm going to go back to the home page. The third link on the home page is labeled Samples and Resources. In that folder, you'll find recommended reading, samples from your colleagues, and additional resources available to you as online instructors. Let's take a close look at the links on the course menu. We've been talking already about the home page. The syllabus link will open up the page that we saw already with a link to a syllabus on it. The welcome video opens up a link to this video that you're watching now. We'll use the announcements tool to send out course announcements to you if necessary. And on the instructor intros page, we've shared with you information about each of us, so you'll want to check that out. Course messages, that's an internal messaging tool that will allow us to send messages to each other on the system. So that's a good way of getting a hold of us. We'll be checking course messages regularly throughout the training, and we encourage you to do the same. We've already talked about learning modules. You can access them through this link on the menu. Discussion forums takes you directly to the discussions tool instead of going through the modules, so either way. My online journal link is where you'll be posting journal entries for modules 2 and 10. And My Grades is where you'll be able to see your points accumulate and you'll receive feedback from your instructors. So you'll want to be sure to check out the feedback at My Grades. So as it states in the syllabus, please allow 3 business days for grading your submitted items, but you don't have to wait for the items to be graded in order to move forward. You just have to have them submitted in order. So to complete the training, remember, if you're doing the full certification program, you need 450 total points plus the certification statement submitted. If you're doing the course part by part, you need 45 points out of 50 for each module that's covered in the part that you're completing.
Okay, I know that was a quick overview of getting started, but please feel free to contact me or any of the other course instructors as you're getting started in the course, or if you need any assistance along the way, we're here to help. Okay, so again, welcome to the course and thanks for joining us.